Your belt feels tight. You unbutton your pants. Hours later, you're still bloated. That's not normal, and it's not your fault. The problem isn't what you ate, it's what's not moving inside you. And there's a fix you can do right now, in your chair, in under 5 minutes. Press gently on your lower belly, just below your navel. Feel that hard, tight spot? That's trapped gas. It won't move on its own, but 4 simple movements will physically push it out. Let's start with the first one. Movement 1. March in place. Lift one knee, then the other. Doesn't matter how high, just lift and lower, like a slow march. Do 10 lifts per leg. Feel that gentle bounce in your belly? That's your gut waking up. Sitting still after a meal is the worst thing you can do. Marching creates the wave that pushes gas forward. If you can stand, stand. If you're seated, just lift your knees. That's it. 10 each side. You can do this right after eating, even at the table. No one will notice. Just a gentle knee lift under the table. If you're alone, stand up and really swing your arms. The arm swing adds to the abdominal bounce. Do this for about 30 seconds. If you want to be exact, count 10 lifts on each leg. That's enough to wake up your gut. Now let me explain why this works so fast. Your digestive tract is surrounded by smooth muscle. When you move your legs, the rhythmic pressure changes inside your abdomen directly stimulate that muscle. It's like tapping on a sluggish conveyor belt. The belt starts moving again. Research shows that even 5 minutes of light walking after a meal accelerates gut transit time by up to 30%. But you don't need 5 minutes. 30 seconds of marching in place already starts the process. So if you can't walk outside, just march. If you're in a wheelchair, lift your knees one at a time as high as you can. The effect is the same. The only wrong move is to stay completely still. Movement 2. Torso twist. Stand or sit. Feet shoulder width. Arms out to your sides, cross your hands at the wrists, elbows bent. Now twist left, right. Only as far as comfortable. You're not stretching, you're massaging your intestines. Your colon runs up the right side, across the top, down the left. Twisting squeezes gas along that whole path. Do 10 twists each way. Many people feel a gurgle right away. That's the gas moving. If you don't feel anything, don't worry. Keep going. The twist also works on your small intestine, which is coiled in the center of your abdomen. When you rotate, you're wringing out those coils like a wet towel. Gas that was stuck in a loop gets nudged forward. Here's a detail most people miss. Twist from your ribs, not your hips. Keep your hips facing forward. The rotation should come from your upper back and waist. If you twist from your hips, you lose the massage effect on your intestines. So lock your hips and let your upper body do the work. Imagine wringing out a sponge. That's the feeling. If you have back pain, do smaller twists. Even 10 degrees of rotation is enough. The key is repetition, not range. Do 10 slow twists to each side, then rest for 5 seconds. If you still feel pressure, do another set. Most people notice a release within the first set. Movement 3. Hip circles. Hands on hips, knees soft. Make the biggest circle you can with your hips. Back, side, forward, other side. 10 circles clockwise, then 10 counterclockwise. Pay attention to your lower left belly. That's the final bend before the exit. Gas loves to get stuck there. Hip circles shake it loose. If you feel a shift, keep going. This movement is particularly powerful because your large intestine forms a frame around your lower abdomen. Hip circles sweep across that entire frame in one smooth motion. The splenic flexure, that lower left bend, is where gas accumulates most stubbornly. Each time you push your hips back and around, you're applying direct pressure to that pocket. Many people feel a sudden urge to pass gas during the 3rd or 4th circle. That's the goal. Don't hold it in. Let it go. If you're in a public place, excuse yourself or find a restroom, but don't suppress the release. That gas needs to exit. If you're doing this at home, just let it happen. Your body will thank you. If you have hip arthritis, make smaller circles. You can also do this seated by leaning forward slightly and circling your upper body. The effect is similar. The important thing is the circular motion, not the size. Movement 4. Knee to chest. Sit down on a sturdy chair. Pull your right knee toward your chest. Hold for 3 seconds. Release. Left knee. Hold 3 seconds. Release. Alternate 10 times each side. You're compressing the ascending colon on the right and the descending colon on the left. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. That's what moves trapped gas out. Most people feel an urgent need to pass gas during or after this one. Good. Let it happen. This movement works differently from the others. Marching, twisting, and circling all create wave-like stimulation, but knee to chest adds direct, targeted pressure. When you pull your knee in, you're pushing on your intestinal wall from the outside. That physical squeeze forces gas pockets to move. When you release, the gut rebounds, which triggers another peristaltic wave. It's the most effective single movement for stubborn gas that hasn't responded to the first three. If you can't pull your knee all the way to your chest, just bring it up as far as comfortable. Even a few inches of compression helps. You can also use your hands to press on your lower belly while you hold the knee. That adds extra pressure, but don't overdo it. You're not trying to hurt yourself. Just gentle, sustained pressure. That's the complete sequence. 5 minutes. Now press your lower belly again. Softer? That's relief. Now let me answer the question everyone asks. How many times should I repeat this? Do it once. Wait a minute. If you still feel pressure, do it again. Most people need 1 or 2 rounds. Some need 3. The gas will tell you. When you feel that soft, empty sensation in your belly, you're done. Don't overdo it. Doing more than necessary won't hurt, but it might make you feel a little sore. Your gut isn't used to being massaged, so start with 1 round, then assess. Over time, you'll learn exactly how many rounds your body needs. For some people, 1 round after every meal is enough to prevent bloating entirely. For others, they only need the sequence when they feel symptoms starting. Both approaches are fine. The goal is to listen to your body. Now let me tell you about the one daily habit that causes most bloating before food even reaches your gut. It's not dairy, it's not gluten, it's not broccoli, it's eating too fast. Every time you eat quickly, you swallow air with every bite. That air enters your digestive tract, travels down, and becomes trapped gas. You can do all 4 movements perfectly, but if you keep eating fast, the gas will keep coming back. Slowing down eliminates a massive proportion of bloating before it starts. Here's what you need to do. Chew each mouthful at least 20 times, not 10, 20. Put your fork down between bites. Don't pick it up again until you've swallowed completely. This one change slows your eating automatically. It also makes you more mindful, which reduces stress, and stress itself slows down your gut, so you get a double benefit. Try it at your next meal. Time yourself. Most people finish a meal in 8 to 10 minutes. A slow eater takes 20 minutes. That extra 10 minutes of chewing reduces air swallowing by over half. If you eat alone, put on a timer. If you eat with family, challenge them to slow down with you. It feels strange at first, but after 3 days it becomes automatic, and your bloating will drop dramatically. Now let me tell you about Margaret. She's 72. For years, she avoided going out to dinner because she knew that within an hour of eating, she would be bloated and miserable. She tried cutting out dairy, then gluten, then cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. Nothing worked. She bought expensive probiotics and digestive enzymes. She even stopped eating beans, which she loved. The bloating remained. Then a friend showed her these 4 movements. The first time she did them after a meal, she felt a gurgle in her lower belly within 2 minutes. By the end of the sequence, she passed gas and the pressure was gone. She cried, not from pain, but from relief. Now she does these movements after every main meal, and she hasn't had significant bloating in over a year. She eats beans again, she goes out to dinner. Her life changed, not because she took a pill, but because she learned how to help her gut move. Margaret also slowed down her eating. She used to finish a meal in 7 minutes. Now she takes 20. She says the first few days were hard because she felt impatient, but she put a fork rest on her plate, a small ceramic ledge, and forced herself to set the fork down after every bite. After a week, it became habit. Now she can't imagine eating any other way. Her story is not unique. I've heard from hundreds of people who have tried this sequence and gotten relief. Some of them had been suffering for decades. They thought it was normal to feel bloated after every meal. It's not, and you don't have to live like that. Now let me talk about timing. When should you do these movements? The best time is within 30 minutes after eating. Why? Because while food is still moving through your upper digestive tract, gas hasn't had time to fully settle into the lower intestine. If you wait 2 or 3 hours, the gas becomes more established and takes longer to move. The sooner you do these movements after a meal, the faster the relief. So set a reminder on your phone. Finish eating, then 20 minutes later do your sequence. If you're at a restaurant, excuse yourself to the restroom and do the seated version. March your legs under the table, twist in your chair, do small hip circles, and pull your knees to your chest one at a time. No one will notice. If you're at home, stand up and do the full version. It's only 5 minutes. That's less time than scrolling through social media after dinner. So make it part of your routine. After lunch, after dinner, after any large snack. Do it consistently for 2 weeks. What happens over that period is remarkable. Your gut begins to move more efficiently on its own. Peristalsis strengthens. bloating episodes become shorter and less intense. Many people find that after a few weeks they only need the sequence occasionally, like after a particularly large meal or when they eat out. But they keep the habit of eating slowly because that prevents most of the gas from forming in the first place. So the sequence becomes a backup, not a crutch. Now let me address a few common questions and objections. First, I have bad knees. Can I still do these movements? Yes. Modify. For marching, lift your knees only an inch off the ground. For torso twists, do them seated with your feet flat. For hip circles, make smaller circles or do them while holding onto a chair. For knee to chest, don't pull your knee all the way up. Just bring it as high as comfortable. The key is the compression effect, not the range of motion. If you have severe arthritis, skip the hip circles and just do the other 3. That will still help. You can also do the marching in place while sitting in a chair. Just lift your heels and tap your toes. That creates a similar abdominal bounce. Second, I have a hernia. Is this safe? If you have an abdominal or inguinal hernia, talk to your doctor before doing these movements. The compression from knee to chest could put pressure on the hernia. You may still be able to do marching and twisting, but get medical clearance first. Don't guess. Third, I've had abdominal surgery. Can I do this? Same answer. Ask your doctor. Most people who are fully healed from surgery, 6 months or more, can do these movements gently, but start slowly. If you feel any pulling or sharp pain, stop. Fourth, what if I'm already constipated? These movements also help with constipation. The same mechanical stimulation that moves gas also moves stool. Many seniors who start this routine find that not only does their bloating improve, but their bowel regularity improves as well. If you are severely constipated, you may need more than just these movements. But as a daily practice, they will help keep things moving. Fifth, how long until I see results? Most people feel some relief within the first 5 minutes of doing the sequence. For chronic bloating, you may need to do the sequence after every meal for 3 to 5 days before you notice a lasting change. That's because your gut has become habitually sluggish. It needs repeated stimulation to wake up. But the first time you do it, you will likely feel a release of gas. That immediate relief is what keeps people coming back. After a week of consistency, you'll notice that you bloat less often and less severely. After a month, you may forget you ever had a problem. Sixth, I bloat even when I haven't eaten. Will this help? Yes. The same sequence works for bloating from stress, from drinking water, or from swallowing air while talking. The cause is the same, a sluggish gut that isn't moving what's inside it. Movement is always the answer. So don't wait for a meal to do these movements. If you wake up bloated, do the sequence before breakfast. If you feel bloated after drinking coffee, do the sequence. Your gut doesn't care why the gas is there. It just needs mechanical stimulation to push it out. Seventh, can I do this too much? There's no upper limit. You can do the sequence after every meal, plus between meals, plus before bed. The gut responds positively to gentle movement. However, if you do it too aggressively, pulling your knee too hard, twisting too far, you might feel sore. So be gentle. The goal is massage, not exercise. Think of it as patting your belly from the inside. Light, rhythmic, consistent. Now let me give you a sample daily routine. Wake up, drink a glass of water, then do 1 round of the sequence to clear any overnight gas. Eat breakfast slowly, 20 minutes, fork down between bites. Within 30 minutes after breakfast, do another round. Lunch, same thing. Dinner, same thing. Before bed, 1 more round if you feel any pressure. That's 4 to 5 rounds per day, totaling 20 to 25 minutes. That's all it takes to keep your gut moving smoothly. Most people don't need that many rounds after the first week. Their gut wakes up and starts moving on its own. But in the beginning, consistency is key. Let me tell you about George. He's 68. He had tried everything for his bloating: probiotics, peppermint oil, charcoal capsules, even a low FODMAP diet. Nothing gave him lasting relief. He was about to schedule a colonoscopy when his daughter sent him this video. He started doing the 4 movements after lunch and dinner. The first day, he felt a little silly. The second day, he noticed that his usual afternoon bloat was milder. By the end of the first week, he had almost no bloating at all. He also realized that he was eating too fast. He timed himself and finished a meal in 6 minutes. He started putting his fork down between bites and chewing slowly. His bloating disappeared completely. He called his daughter and said, "I can't believe I spent hundreds of dollars on supplements when all I needed was to move my body and slow down." George is not special. His gut was just like yours. He just needed the right tools. Now what about people who have tried everything and still feel bloated? Sometimes bloating is a symptom of a more serious condition: small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, celiac disease, pancreatic insufficiency, or even ovarian cancer in rare cases. If you have done these movements for 2 weeks, eaten slowly, and still have severe bloating, see a doctor. Ask for a SIBO breath test. Ask for a stool elastase test to check your pancreas. Don't assume it's just aging. But for the vast majority of people over 60, the problem is exactly what we've been talking about: sluggish peristalsis and swallowed air. Those people will get relief from this routine. Let me also address the role of hydration. Dehydration makes the gut sluggish. When you don't drink enough water, your stool becomes hard and dry, and your intestines have to work harder to move it. That extra effort slows everything down, including gas movement. So drink half your body weight in ounces of water every day. If you weigh 150 pounds, that's 75 ounces. Sip throughout the day. Don't chug large amounts at once, because that can actually add air to your stomach. Sip slowly. Warm water is especially soothing to the gut. You can add lemon or ginger, but avoid carbonated water. That's just adding more gas. Also avoid drinking through a straw, because that also adds air. Drink from a cup or a bottle with a wide mouth. Small changes, big difference. Now let me talk about the role of fiber. Fiber is essential for gut health, but too much insoluble fiber, like wheat bran, can cause gas. If you are bloated, try switching to soluble fiber first. Oats, apples, carrots, beans. But introduce beans slowly. Your gut bacteria need time to adjust. If you add a half cup of beans to your diet without doing these movements, you will be miserable. But if you do these movements after meals, your gut can handle the extra fiber. So don't cut out healthy foods. Just give your gut the mechanical help it needs. Let me also mention the importance of walking. Marching in place is a substitute, but actual walking is better. If you can walk outside for 10 minutes after a meal, do that instead of marching. Walking engages your entire body, including your diaphragm, which massages your intestines with every step. The 4 movements I gave you are for when you can't walk: bad weather, no time, physical limitations. But if you can walk, walk. Even 5 minutes helps. And if you walk, you don't need to do the full sequence. Just walk, then do the torso twists and knee to chest compressions when you get home. That's enough. Now, let me put everything together into a simple checklist that you can follow starting today. Number 1, slow down your eating. Chew each bite 20 times. Put your fork down between bites. Aim for 20 minutes per meal. Number 2, within 30 minutes after eating, do the 4 movements. March 10 lifts per leg. Twist 10 times each side. Circle hips 10 times each direction. Compress each knee to chest 10 times, holding 3 seconds each. Number 3, if you still feel pressure, repeat the sequence once more. If you still feel pressure after 2 rounds, walk around the room for 2 minutes, then try again. Number 4, drink water throughout the day. Sip, don't gulp. Avoid carbonated drinks and straws. Number 5, be consistent. Do this after every main meal for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, your gut will be stronger. You may only need the sequence after large meals or when you feel symptoms starting. Number 6, if you have a flare-up, maybe you ate too fast at a restaurant, do the sequence immediately. Don't wait. The sooner you move, the faster the relief. That's the entire protocol. It's simple. It's free. It takes 5 minutes, and it works. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me, after your next meal, did you try the sequence? Did you feel a release? Or do you have a question that I didn't answer? Drop a comment. I read every single one. And if this video helped you, share it with a friend who unbuttons their pants after dinner. They need to see this. The thumbnail said, "Fix your bloating today." You have the tools. Now go use them. Thank you for watching. Stay moving, stay comfortable, and stay in control.